Greetings and salutations. My name is Tish, and welcome to the Art of Saving, where home plus art equals heart. In today's live video broadcast, it is coffee with my pal Clara and me, Tish. And we are. Hello, I gotta bring you in. I'm waiting for Michael to click the button, and he's at work, so he can't click the button.
Click it, Tish! Click it!
I know. If you've seen my setup, I think I sent you a picture, so you know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
I'm becoming.
Howdy, everybody! Or hello!
Hello!
I blame Brooke for that. I think she started that one.
Yes, she did. Yes. But who can't love? I mean, if you don't love Mrs. Doubtfire, there's something wrong with you.
I know.
But so. This is the time of our show where we go over last week's project.
I didn't want to talk about last week's project. Mine is the everything you should not do to the cup.
Yes, once you put paint on it, leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Quit fidgeting with it, adding to it, building up on it. Okay, it's ugly.
It's not ugly. It's a work in progress.
Oh, you sound like a mama for sure. Yeah. Okay. The paint is layered on super thick. I don't even know if you could call this a good first coat. Yeah. No.
It's got good texture. It's got good texture to it.
Yeah, I was going for a crackle finish. Right.
Yeah. Why not? Hey, it's all that shabby chic stuff, I tell you. So here's mine, and I want to show you I want to show you my idea, and it might not show off on camera as well. But I used to mix on this, and I was going for the transparency because I don't know if you can see my hand in there. I bumped my microphone. Sorry, y'all. But you can see my hand in there. And that's what I was going for because one of the things that I've seen at a lot of weddings and stuff is them taking string lights and putting them inside the cup like a so it glows and it looks kind of like a stained glass effect. So nice. And they use it as a centerpiece, and I thought that was pretty. So I'm like, well, I can do that. You know, they were using commercially produced stuff, but I'm like, I can do that. So I'm going to cover this in resin and see if I can find another set of cheap lights, inexpensive lights, and then.
I'm assuming those are battery operated lights kind of thing?
Yeah, this is actually dollar store. This is dollar store lights. They had little dragonflies on them. And I pulled the dragonflies off because they were just little plastic pieces because I wanted to see if it would work. And I didn't have any other lights. I have another set too that's red. So, I think Michael got those at Christmas time a few years back. But I figured,
there's a question on the thing asking where I get my source for my tumblers or where my source is. To be honest with you, I haven't dug around enough to find a better source. I get them off of Amazon. They're in like cartons of like 8 or 12. I don't know the company name offhand. I do have them in my Amazon store, which is on my videos. Sorry. But that
just gives people a reason to go over to your channel and show it some love.
Yeah, there you go.
One of the resources that I have checked out for tumblers is stainlesssteelwarehouse.com, I think it is.
Yeah, I've heard of that one too.
They have really good pricing, like even better than Amazon that I have done my research for. But that was back this summer, so I don't know. Prices change, things fluctuate. But just do a Google search for stainless steel tumblers, wholesale or bulk or something like that. And you should get a lot of responses. Even if you're wanting to just practice, Dollar Store has some halfway decent tumblers. I'm using vases that I got at the Dollar Store. This one's a shorter version of this. You can see the size difference here. And just practice on a glass tumbler. I paid $1 for this,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you hit right on the money for. I'm considering myself practicing still.
Right.
Granted, I've got a lot of knowledge with resin and alcohol ink and all that, but not a lot with the tumbler. So it's just, I didn't feel confident just ordering a whole, big old case of tumblers just yet. Oh, I
Right.
am
And Lynn
stuttering
just
full
said
this morning.
get some at Harbor Freight, $5.99 each.
Exactly.
Here's another tip too. If you're just practicing, just learning, but still want usable stuff, go to your local thrift store. If it has like screen printing or vinyl stickers on it, you can sand that off.
Sure.
You can sand that off and then prime it and then do your thing over it. And it's a perfectly good tumbler. I found, in fact, this mug right here is I would never do it because it's Caribou coffee and I love Caribou and I gotta have my Caribou coffee mug. But you could do something like this and just put, I got this for I think $1.
All we can see is your coffee.
Oh, well, it's because it's full of coffee. Here we go.
I know.
But this, I got it for $1. Go to your local thrift stores and buy some inexpensive stuff. You just want the shape. You just want the substrate. It doesn't matter what it looks like because you're going to paint over it. So if it says, Bob's hairy armpits, you can sand that off and
spray paint
of it. Yeah, spray paint is your friend. Except for when you do it inside. Make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area. Otherwise, It's not so much your friend.
All right, I'm going to start putting resin on my tumbler.
Yeah, you already got your resin mixed. I don't even have mine mixed yet.
Well, it's because it's art code. I knew I needed to do it ahead of time.
Well, and I'm just not awake yet.
Oh, I'm definitely in that spot too.
And I'm not hungover from last night. I had a hard time falling asleep last night. I didn't get to sleep till midnight. I was going to go to bed early and we did. It was fairly early, but yeah. Okay, where am I doing here? That's 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. Okay.
What are you doing here? I don't know what you're doing there.
I don't know what I'm doing. I do know that if I have extra resin, I'm going to put it in. I've got molds set aside already. Haha, see, I was thinking.
Yay.
Yeah, or your neighbors complain in the apartment building. Yeah, the smell. Yeah, my neighbors, they tried to complain, and then I told them, I said, hey, look, this is my way of making money. You're going to tell me that someone cooking their haggis smells better than, I swear to God, that's what they cook because it smelled like crap, like literally. And I was like, oh, it was so awful. But right now it's too cold to spray paint because I got to go outside and spray paint because I've got an electric heater. So, okay, I got to get down off the chair to do this because I can't see what I'm doing. All right.
All right, let's see if Papa calls while we're doing this.
Well, it seems like he needs to. It's like he does it every time.
I know. And it doesn't matter if I call him and say, hey, Dad, I'm going to go on the live this morning. Okay, I'll be good. And then blip.
He forgets. It's okay.
Yeah.
We still love him.
I talked to Mama this morning, or yesterday, I'm sorry, and she was all proud of herself. I cleaned the bed. You cleaned the bed? What did you do? She goes, I changed sheets from top to bottom.
Oh,
but it took her a long time to get out the word sheets. She gets confused super easy, and so, but I hadn't heard her use the phrase, I cleaned the bed. It's like, okay, what does that mean exactly? We'll just keep talking to her till we figure it out,
Yeah. I'm always grateful when family reaches out, and because life's so short,
Yes.
So.
And I used to go over there and try to encourage the speaking and stuff like that. It was like I was doing, speech therapy with her. I knew all the stuff from my kids, growing up, and they had to do speech therapy, we were doing like 3 times a day.
Oh, good.
And had to drive an hour into Austin, 3 times a week for them for that. But, you do what you need to do for your kids because they need it, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And so fortunately, I learned a lot, and I applied all that stuff to my mama, and it was working. She was starting to build some some vocabulary, so that was good.
Yeah.
But now it's like faltering, and it's hard to do it over the phone.
Right. And, those healthcare workers just don't have the time to go in and help.
Yeah, well, they're in a bubble, so nobody's really going in.
Right.
So you just make do with what you got. So we're doing alcohol ink drips today onto resin.
Yes.
And I hadn't done this one, so I wanted to try this one too. So Tish definitely had me on this one.
And then next week we're going to do just straight up colored resin on tumblers, because I've seen you do that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that. And this month I figured we'd focus on tumbler turners and learning that. And, I've never really done them, so I've watched like probably 30 or 40 hours worth of videos, if not more.
Well, I commend you on your research. Woof.
Well, over the course of many months, mind you.
Okay.
It's not like I sat down and just watched videos, but when I get into a mode, I get into a mode. So I've never done this part. The first time I have used alcohol inks and resin was when we did those petri dishes. So really, I've dabbled in it, but I've never really played with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always save my resin for coasters because I sucked at it, so I never played in it. It's frustrating me. So I have a whole bunch of coasters from before that did turn out the way I wanted, and a canvas and stuff. So once this polar vortex and all this rain, snow crap decides to go away, because after this polar vortex hits us, we're supposed to go back up into the 40s and 50s again. So I'll be able to play out in Studio B again.
That would be nice. We might get a chance of snow again.
Shut up. In Texas? What?
I know. Maybe we get a half an inch maybe every 4 years kind of thing. We're talking a dusting. You see it scatter across the road kind of, was that snow? That kind of thing. And then we got like 3 to 4 inches. So it was like unheard of. Everybody was like in an just excellent mood. Go outside multiple times, got, frozen completely. And they're talking about 2 to 3 inches maybe this weekend. Twice in 1 year. Wow.
Well, you can have our snow. I hate snow. So I grew up in Minnesota, right? And I have been around snow my whole life. And I moved down to Southern Illinois because I thought I was going south enough. Because literally, it takes me less than an hour to get to Kentucky. So it's like 40 minutes to get to cross over the river, like less than 40 minutes. And I thought I'd move far enough south where I wouldn't have to deal with all this cold and snow and rain and stupid. And nope, here we are. It's going to be like a high of 12 on Friday or something like that. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I look at what Anoka is going through, and Minneapolis metro area, and they're like -14. I'm like, well, at least it's not that bad.
I know. Yeah, they talked about my nephew and his fiance lived in Wyoming there for a bit, and like -40 degrees. I'm like, I can't comprehend that. Yeah. Just like freeze every little blood cell in your body, simultaneously. You go outside.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start dripping alcohol ink just all over and let it start to move. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow up later with some pinata white, and that'll bring the colors up. So a lot of this you might not even be seeing because we're doing over black.
Well, you are doing over black. Mine's going to be clear.
Oh, yours is over clear. That's right, because you're doing the stained glass kind of thing.
Yeah, I figured, I wanted to get tumblers, but the tumblers that they had at the Dollar Tree that I go to were really crappy. Like, they were all broken and whatever. And I'm like, you're still trying to sell these? What the hell? But I figure, it's dollar store.
Yep.
But, so
What the heck?
I need to go to the one in Harrisburg because they have all the cool stuff there. And I'm like, why doesn't the one in Marion have this? So, but I'm gonna go all the way both edges. I did put tape down, and I remembered to put a little tag on the tape so I can pull it off easier.
Good job.
Yeah, I remembered that part. I'm like, yeah, don't forget that part, Tish. So I'm gonna let this kind of do its thing. I want to get some there. Okay, so I'm just kind of smoothing this out, and then I'll be able to start dropping stuff. I gotta change my gloves.
Just totally rolled off the top, and that one did too. Well, that was weird. So the cool thing about adding the alcohol inks onto your resin is the alcohol itself will help pop some of the bubbles.
Yeah. Hey,
in the resin.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. Okay, I'm gonna make sure this is all smooth and I don't have any dry spots. I made a mess, but that's okay.
That's why we put the drop cloth down.
I forgot to put one down underneath my tumbler turner. I have one on my table, so that's not an issue. But I forgot to put one on my tumbler turner. But it's got one of those peely things, so it's not. It's got the packaging plastic still on it.
Oh yeah. I was trying to figure out exactly what you meant by peeling things, but
the what's it called? The like cling wrap. So there's still a little resin in there, so I might be able to finish off one of my things if it doesn't decide to harden up on me. Okay,
so I don't know why I waited so long. I get the big bottle of Pinata White, and I usually use one of those little pipette things to get it out.
Right.
Kind of deal. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. I use these things all the time. I stuck it in one of the little bottles with the needle.
With the needle,
no,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't I do that before?
I don't know.
What's wrong with me? I use it for all kinds of stuff.
Well, yeah, I put it in just this little, this used to be my vaping bottle. I used to have my vape juice in there. I've got probably I would say I probably got close to 50 of them, of those bottles. So, what we're going to do? We're going to do this brown, and we're going to do purple.
We're not this to steal there.
I know. Okay, you guys, don't freak out. Don't freak out.
I'm going to freak out.
I'm going to be using pink.
See, I'm glad we're rubbing off on you. I'm not a pinky girl.
I hate pink.
I'm not a pinky girl myself, but there are some areas where, I've learned to play with the colors I don't like because sometimes it brings out other colors.
Right. And that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now is I just want to. So, okay.
Yes.
I am using, this is Stream. This is Tim Holtz. Is it Tim Holtz?
Tim Holtz, I think, is kind of like the spokesperson, but it's Ranger Ink.
Yeah, it's well, it says Tim Holtz on the bottle, but it's Ranger, yes.
Yeah.
And then this one is Wild Plum from same brand, and then this is that Sing Wong purple because I don't have purple. I know. Here's me being the big dumbass that I am. I don't have purple in the Ranger inks. How do you like that?
Huh?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think that's
I'm using a Passion Purple by Pinata or Jacquard, Indigo, which is that blue purple color, and I am using Stream also, but I also have a light aqua color, so similar color ranges again.
Yeah, I have.
All right, here goes my white.
Pool. That's what we'll use. We'll use pool.
And the white's going to interact with the colors and bring the colors.
So do you have the colors already on there?
I do. I'm like way ahead of you, lady.
Oh, good Lord. Thanks for waiting.
Okay. But yeah, not feeling guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
Not in the slightest.
It's my slow. I'm slow. I'll admit it.
So I have another artist friend of mine. We have done a couple play dates together. I mean, that's exactly what we call them. And she very particular about how she has things set up. This
Right.
is, you know her, Scarlett.
Oh,
And
yes.
very detailed. And by the time she's like,
Yes.
okay, I'm ready to go, I'm like, done.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, what? All
How
the
can
time.
you be done?
So I've learned to set up at least a couple projects. So still got something to work on.
Well, and I just had a hard time waking up this morning. So that was my.
It is not moving very well. I wonder if I didn't put enough resin on there.
Well, I put a lot of resin on mine, and mine's not moving very well either. So it might not just be you. So I'm going back and hitting it again.
I'm just laying in some extra streams of resin on top. Let's see if I
That
can
might
encourage some movement.
So let's see if after I get all the color on there, then I'll see what it's doing. Okay, let's go back with this color. Mine just might be old too, because I'm noticing that the brown is kind of breaking up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right, come on, move. It almost looks like the white dried on impact. It does look like it. Yeah, it's coming off in chunks. That's not good.
No. You know what's funny is the cheap one is moving better than the expensive stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, what? This purple is just like skimming across the top.
All right, I'm going to peel off my little discs of white, and I have some white paste already set up in case I had too much resin left over. Like I said, another project.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drip some white paste on top because that would be what I would normally do. Yeah, that's not working right. I wonder if I got a brand or botched up bottle. It's
Botched up bottle of what?
of the white too, like it got too old.
Oh, okay.
Because I put the last of it in there.
Okay, so I'm going to put this. Well, I just brought my white. This is brand new white, so we'll see what happens with mine.
It's got a lot of pigment in there.
Yeah.
And it needs to mix up really, really well before you apply it.
I'm shaking it.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking. In fact, I'm going to have a sip of coffee and shake.
Like that little accent that comes out every song. Sip of coffee.
Okay. If I can get it open. It's got purple dye on it. That's okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's a messy mess. Let's clean that up.
All right, so everybody gets problem-solving skills today. What to do when it goes bad? Well, plan B. Get some white paste. Try that.
Lynn says Clara has little amoebas.
Yeah, they do look like that. This is what not supposed to look like.
There we go.
Oops. It's coming off really easy on the glove. I have to admit, it's like attaching to the glove.
Okay, well, this is interesting.
What's that?
Do you see?
Yes, that's what it's supposed to do. Yes, exactly. What's happening with Tish is exactly what's supposed to happen. So yay. Looks like cloud cells.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Come on, big chunk. Come off.
Oops. Almost dipped it in the resin. That would have been no bueno. Whew, I need to open a window. There's some chemical reaction going on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whew.
You might want to slow down on your white. Probably have enough white on there.
It's really cool, though. I want to keep going.
Remember my paint.
Yeah, but this is epic. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna do a couple more drops where it needs it.
Okay.
And then, holy Hannah, this is cool.
It is cool. It looks pretty. It looks very watercolory.
Clara, you're creating a monster, just so you know.
You're welcome.
Okay, there's one more spot. Now we gotta wait for it to come around, I think.
All right.
No, I think it worked its way out. Oh, no, we gotta get that spot up there. I'm like trying to get it all the way to the edge here so you can make sure.
All right. So I didn't get out all the bits, but I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to lay in some lines of white paste and see what it does. Hopefully it'll interact with it.
I'm going to try a little fun little thing on the bottom because it's the bottom and no one cares.
There you go.
Maybe. There we go.
What if I care?
Well, then you'll be the only one.
All right.
Oh, wow. I kind of like that. I'm going to have to do that like on purpose here.
Just try and encourage a little bit of movement with the white, and maybe it'll pick up some of the colors.
Let's be intentional with this.
Okay, so this isn't exactly an alcohol drip on mine. This is doing some interesting things here. It's starting to pick up some colors and move it around. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think?
Okay, I'm letting it go.
Or do you think I need to just leave it alone for right now?
I say leave it alone.
I've got Chameleon on standby. I got Chameleon on standby, though.
I know.
Maybe just a little Chameleon. Just a little.
You're killing me, Smalls.
All right, I'm doing it. You see nothing.
I'm not even paying attention at this point.
There'll be sparkles here and there.
Well, I just have chameleon jealousy, so, you know, because I have some, but I've been hoarding that stuff like like some kind of craziness. This is actually turning out really cool. I don't know. Some people may think it looks like hot trash, but I really do. I'm really enjoying this right here.
You never know what you're going to get with these things.
Well, I just came back with some clear resin, and now it's giving it kind of a marbly, kind of cool effect.
Uh-huh.
So I need to go back in that one spot there. We're going to lay some colors down.
Okay. I'm happier. It sparkles now.
Mine doesn't sparkle. Are you saying mine's not as good as yours because it doesn't sparkle?
No, I'm not saying that. Thanks for that loaded statement. So, Lynn asked, what would happen if I used top cell white on it? And I actually am using a top cell white. This is white titanium from Just Resin.
Yeah.
So it is picking up some of the colors. Is it going to sell? Probably not. They have a hard time selling on moving tumblers. So it might pick up a sell, and then later on it gets blended and meshed back in.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't want it to move. This is actually really kind of cool. I'm excited for this. Because the other thing too is I want to see how transparent it is, because I didn't cover all the spots with white, and I know white isn't opaque, but it's doing kind of a cell thing right here where it's letting little spots go through, and then the alcohol ink kind of ran, and the resin kind of made it lined, and it just looks really cool. Would I ever be able to do two of these exactly the same? Probably not.
Are you ever able to do two exactly the same?
Well, I'm just thinking, okay. So here is my business brain. Okay, this is my business brain, and I'm going to talk to you as I grab my mold. So as I am doing projects, I tend to think, okay, how is this going to sell? How can I make money doing this? And because I need to think COVID, people buying stuff, not pre-chaos people buying stuff. It's like people want to buy gifts. They want to buy things for their wedding. They want to buy things for anniversary gifts, birthday gifts, Mother's Day, Father's Day, those kind of things. So I got to think, okay, is this a good gift? Is this a good thing for a social distancing gathering? So I guess I try and think outside of the box, instead of making just for me, I'm trying to make for my customer or my potential customer. And so that's why I'm kind of like, okay, I got to do this and this. Is this going to work for this, kind of thing. I don't necessarily, create art just to create art. I do. Mm-hmm. But I have an intention. And I think sometimes my intention comes through in the piece. Like last night's piece, I was just playing. I was just trying an idea. And it looked like hot garbage, but this morning it looks better.
Hey, Tish, look in the camera real quick while you're talking.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It's like, but it's constantly like moving. It's like, it'd be cool if I could just freeze that. But yeah. Well, it's almost a pair of googly eyes when it gets lined up. It's like right there.
But
okay, keep going.
No, that's cool. I'm now distracted now. But so when you're doing art for a business, it's different than doing art for fun. And I got to remember to do art for fun. But when you're doing playing around with stuff, it's like always thinking, how can I market this? How can I sell this? What can I do that'll make this a cool gift, or have an art with a purpose? That's kind of my thing. That's why I love that you art on trays, because one of these days I'm going to buy one that's going to just like totally speak to me. I've been waiting for that one. That one tray that it's like, okay,
I must have that tray.
I must have that tray. And, especially after seeing Sue sent us that tray from the Scares That Care auction.
Yeah.
And the depth and the color and all of that in that tray, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have another one. I gotta have a Clara tray. But I'm also waiting for the dragon Clara tray, because that's so me. And that will go up in, on my background for my new studio, if that ever happens. So
you're sweet. Thank you.
Well, yes. And here's the thing. I have, like Doris, I have Doris's, coasters that I got many, many, many moons ago. Mm-hmm. Those are in my studio. I've got a piece from Mixed Media Girl. I've got it from Marcy. And I've got a piece from Catherine the Paint. And, so I put them all up on my wall, and because their colors inspire me, or the movement inspires me and gets me out of my funk.
Yep. I have what I call my inspiration wall, and it's in my studio on the way to the bathroom. And yeah, don't laugh because it's on the way to the bathroom, but we all use it.
Yeah. Sometimes you have the best, I have the best ideas, on the toilet sometimes.
Yep. Well, it's not in the bathroom, but it's on the way. It's a nice, it's a perfect spot. It's like it's actual prime spot.
Yeah. I can, but you go there several times a day, so you're motivated, and several times a day. I know this is a bad thing to do, but there we go. There's a bunch of bubbles on the top, and I wanted to get rid of them, so I don't have my heat gun handy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to do something that I never do. Okay. I am going to lower this camera because I want you guys to be able to see this, because this is just, I don't know. I think it's pretty epic, but I could be, All
right. Bring me in. I got my phone handy so I can see it.
Okay. I don't normally do this because I apologize for the weeble wobbles and I apologize for the mess, but I think I can bring this closer so you guys can see. Can you see that?
Oh, that's pretty.
That's his color. I have it wired so all the wires are lifted, so I can only bring it down so far. But it's so cool. I'm like, dude, it's like a petri dish on a spinny
thing.
On a spinny thing. Yeah. So okay, let's not drop the camera into the petri dish. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So I don't move my camera very often because I have it set exactly where I need it to be in frame and all the things. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So I had just enough resin to fill these two little bobbers up. I'm so happy because I want to unmold these because they're going to look cool. I have a feeling. So, how long, here's my question. How long do I wait to peel the tape?
The tape, I wait about, are you using our coat?
I'm using just resin.
Just resin? Probably like 4 hours, maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhere around 3-4 o'clock. Yeah, that's 5. Yeah, that's 4 or 5 hours.
Definitely peel it so that I will change direction so it works with the tape peeling for me because it's going in the wrong direction. But peel towards your cup, and definitely up, so that way, if by any chance you're having any stringy bits and you pull it away from your cup, you're not leaving the stringy bits back onto your tumbler.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to like mentally think of that for a second. So, okay. Because I want it set up enough where it's going to stay, but moving enough so it'll slowly like level itself out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I will put another coat of resin on here. I'm going to do, I'm
going to go ahead and change directions. Nope. Let's try that again. Nope.
The only thing I don't like is getting, because it's pooled up down here, is I'm getting these lines here, which is adding a little bit of interest to it, I guess. It's not, so I know next time to not put so much color at the bottom, more work from the top 7/8 of this and leave like the bottom eighth of it alone and see what happens if that all pulls in together. So
yeah.
So there's some learning tips, y'all. So.
Uh-oh, I'm losing you audio wise.
Uh-oh. Don't lose me audio.
Oh, there you are. Right. Okay, good. I sent out like notes to everybody. Nobody get on the internet. It's also rainy here and stuff like that. So, we got big cables. Somebody's laying out big cables on our road, and I'm so excited. I'm like hoping it's better internet, but I don't know.
Yeah, they're doing some construction out here that's apartment buildings. They're not really apartment buildings. They're like a duplex buildings, I guess, duplex or quadplex. And I'm hoping that, because they're rental properties, that maybe if we have enough people out here, they'll run some, run some fiber optic further out this way, just so we can have something like that. But right now, I run off of a AT&T hotspot. So,
yeah.
All right. So, we're going to do next week? We are going to do tumblers with just resin, just no alcohol inks, just resin colors.
Okay.
Okay. And then I should have ordered that glitter. I placed an order today on Amazon. I should have, because I had to order Michael's Valentine's Day gift because I can't leave the house because I won't be able to get back in because the driveway is so icy. And I have a little Scion XB, which rides really close to the ground, and she doesn't like ice. She's not happy with ice. Snow, she can handle. Snow, she's like,
I don't like ice.
Yeah.
I fall down and go boom in the most spectacular way every time.
See, that's where I'm grateful that I spent most of my childhood on roller skates or ice skates. I have really good balance when it comes to like falling. I can fall very gracefully and not hurt myself, usually.
That's good.
So, I have fractured my tailbone, and I did break my wrist when I was in 6th grade. But that's because it was a sudden stop. I hit a chunk of ice on the ice skating rink. There was a chunk of snow, ice stuff that had frozen, and I hit it just right where it was like full stop and down, and I didn't have time to even react. I just fell. So, ouch. Yeah, it was a horrible thing. But Mr. Kramer was in the warming house, and he made sure that I got taken care of and got to the hospital and everything. So
nice.
Cool. Yeah,
nice.
So, but anyway,
yes.
I had to order his Valentine's Day gift online. So I just went to Amazon and found some cool stuff that I think he'll like. I hope he'll like. So, and it's, it's Valentine's Day, so it's not like I have to go, spend a lot of money, just a little token, so, but.
We're getting our yearly Valentine's heart from a place called Manja Pizza in Austin, which makes the best pizza. It's one of those deep dish pizzas, and they do them in the shape of a heart. And it's like it's an expensive pizza, but it's like worth every stinking bite. So we like wait for every year to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. They have a tradition like that. See, and that's and this is Michael and I's first Valentine's Day together. So we're gonna start. Maybe we'll start a tradition. So we'll see. Anyway, I should have ordered some glitter when I was on there because I saw this glitter on there that I've been eyeballing, and I'm like, I want this glitter. But
it must have the glitter.
I know, and it's just like I just want to try it, and I want it because it says it can do this, and I'm wondering if it can do that. And you know me and my brain. I'm like, oh, I can buy it for this one thing that it says it can do, but I wonder if it can do 4 other things.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I wanted it to have multiple functions over different platforms and such. Yes.
Yeah. Over, because alcohol ink. I didn't want to make a big investment in alcohol ink because I thought it was just for paper. And then I saw everybody using it in resin, and I saw all these other things going on with it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you may not need the numbers that I've got as far as alcohol ink, but a few would be helpful probably.
Yeah. Well, I've got quite a few now. I bought that bulk pack, which it was doing some cool stuff, so I can't afford Ranger, but I'll get the stuff just to practice with, to see what happens. So that's what I did, I paid like $12 for 12 of these. So, and they seem to be working really well. I used a couple of the colors today. So, it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of getting more marbly as it turns, and it's kind of looking Starry Night looking stuff here, but I wish I had to
watch it. Yeah.
I wish I had a metallic is really honestly what I wish, but it's okay.
Well, tomorrow or next week we'll do some metallics in there.
Yes, absolutely. So,
cool.
Okay, so tomorrow night is Friday Night Flip Cup. If you are not aware, I posted a challenge not only here on YouTube, but in the Facebook group. We are picking out the palette on Sunday and sharing it with you guys. And we're challenging you to do some kind of creative artwork with that color palette. And if you could submit it to the post in our Facebook group, I will use it in the countdown timer for the live stream on Friday night. But it needs to be in there by noon Central Standard Time on Friday. I think I said noon or noon 30. I can't remember. That way it gives me time to go in and take the pictures and put them together and put them to music and do the countdown timer thing and upload it and do all the things. It takes me about an hour. So to do all those things now that I've had some practice. So before it would have taken me like 6 hours to do all that. So, but anyway, it's a good way to get your name out there and show off your work. And just, have some fun. Try some new colors that you maybe not know about.
Color palettes are a great way to challenge yourself because it's taking the control out of your hands.
Yep.
On a lot of things. But
exactly. And it makes you explore different things. I mean, I'm using pink today. How do you like those donuts? So, anywho, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate you. You guys rock. You're awesome. Look for us Friday night. Saturday night, we're taking off for Valentine's Day, but we'll be back here on Tuesday as well. Going to be doing some fun experiments I've got up my sleeve. Have a great day, y'all. Thank you so much. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.
Later, y'all.
What is it that Erica says? Bye.
Bye.